Alrighty, everybody. So this is the Maehwa Awakening rework. Got basically 301 AP with Kudum. Running a very basic build. This isn't human damage based, so imagine adding human damage into this for doing Monastery, which is what you would typically want to do to maximize its potential, and that's what you would get. This is obviously not going to have that, so bear in mind with that, and its accuracy is kind of on the lower side. Kind of, sort of. It's 392 accuracy, so it's pretty solid. It's just you need quite a bit of accuracy with Bloody Monastery, according to some resources I've heard. So that's what I'm rocking. The combo that I'm using, there's two different ones you can use so far that I'm messing with. Obviously, this is not the only ones. This is just my interpretation of what you might want to do. It would be when you're grouping up the mobs, you're aggroed them already with either Oppression, Maehwa's Will, Ultimate Maehwa's Will, or just like Sticky Snowflake, whatever the case is. You bring them to your block, and then from there, you would Sleet, Drill. That would be Ice Pick into Frostflower, and then you would Moonrise, Frost Pillar, Tip, and then from here you can either do the new Red Moon with Ascension to Heaven, because it's actually decent in PvE, or after Tip you go into Petal Bloom, Moonlight Dash. Those are the two variations. So I'm going to do it again in fast pace. So that would be the combo, and that would actually delete pretty much an entire pack. Be gear dependent, of course, but at this particular gear, it would delete a whole pack. The other variation. So that would be the other variation. With E-Buff, obviously that would make Petal Bloom significantly better to use. So if you have E-Buff up, use that one. However, in most cases, the Red Moon will do just fine, and it actually feels like it's better to use in some situations where the mobs are better stacked on each other. If they're a little bit more spread out, Petal Bloom might be better to use. Let me see, what else? The particular pots I'm going to be using is like Frenzy Draft. You can use Spirit or Courage. From my testing, Spirit will obviously keep your WP always up. But I noticed that the WP seemed to be okay. I'll do a little bit more testing. I could be wrong, but maybe I was just getting lucky or something. But the WP felt fine without Spirit, so you can opt for more damage potentially. So we'll go ahead and get right into it. Keep in mind, I haven't fucking played in like 3 to 4 months, so I'm a little scuffed. But yeah. I pulled a little bit extra, so we'll clean this up. A little bit of New Year's Eve at the end to clean up. Let me minimize this because it's doing a little bit of lag. We'll pop Z-Buff this time. I haven't quite figured out a way to get consistent back attacks, but this combo seems to work pretty well. Normally you just leave those mobs. I'm just cleaning it up just because of OCD. So, alright, so sometimes that'll happen where basically what happens is in the process of doing Frostflower into Moonrise, I'm pressing the keys a little hard on the S, and then what happens is I do a little tiny backstep, and when a mob hits me, it causes my S block to happen. It's a bad habit. I'm trying to work on it while I'm doing this, but we haven't grinded this way in a long time, so. That's with the Red Moon. It's not too bad. This time I'll do it with E-Buff. go. I did a very shitty job aggroing these packs. I haven't played in forever, so forgive me. Whatever, we're gonna have to clean it up. Did not mean to use the 100%. Need to lock that. There we go. So if you really wanted to maximize damage output, you would want to figure out ways to get back attacks, but then again, I haven't quite figured out how to do that with the new Awakening setup, so it's pretty solid. I've never been a very good PvE player though, so the combo feels pretty fast. And with Bond Moonrise is what I'm using. It's SA, so you're basically not going to have to worry about getting CC'd. The only time you get CC'd is during Frostflower, because Sleet Step is SA, which you do at the beginning. Drill is SA. We'll just go over here to clean it up. Ice Pick is forward guard. Frostflower is unprotected. Moonrise is SA with the bond. Then Frost Pillar, Tip, and Red Moon are all forward guards. And you can swap out Tip for the Petal Bloom, Moonlight Dash, and that will be SA. So it's a fairly protected combo. Only one small opening. We'll do the E buff, or the Z buff. That little back step is me doing the keys incorrectly, so if you're seeing that, you're not doing something right. Fucking little hop. E buff is up, so I'll go ahead and pop that. As you can see, it increases your DPS significantly. And your chase speed. Fucked up the combo right there, but that's okay. So I am noticing I'm probably using a decent amount of WP pots. So maybe Spirit might be desired after all. But you can make that determination for yourself. Looks like overall, Red Moon's probably going to be weaker than Petal Bloom in PvE, but it's a good alternative. especially if Petal Bloom's cooldown is still down. It is 12 seconds, so there's a likelihood you'll run into that every once in a while. So the reason why I'm doing the Sleet step first and then going into the drill, one, it's not really as necessary if you have Z buff or E buff up, but the attack speed bonus will be applied if you don't have those up. If you do have them up, the attack speed bonus won't happen, so it's pretty much pointless to do. But I think it's a good habit anyways because it doesn't hurt to use it. And it accelerates the leap from Petal Drill. So, oops, wasn't paying attention. I'll just do a couple more packs and wrap it up here. And clean it up with some New Year's Eve. I'll show a couple packs with New Year's Eve so you can see the relative difference compared to how it was with Old Live. Let's pop a fresh one just in case. So this would be how you would do with New Year's Eve. Of course, you'd want Spirit Perfume. So in some cases it's fairly decent still, so it doesn't hurt to still continue to use it, but I think this is better and more fun. Yeah, New Year's Eve spins slightly slower. But yeah, still viable. So now you have an alternative way to grind and it feels pretty good. And this is just my first iteration of it that I felt was comfortable. I'm sure there's other ways to go about it and ways to get back attacks. I just haven't come up with one yet. So let me know what you think.